Revenue share is one of the most talked about parts of the real broker model and probably one of the most misunderstood parts as well. I want to break it down in plain English today so you understand how revenue share works at Real, including the basics, things like how tiers are unlocked, and also a few things you may not know about revenue share, which may change how you want to incorporate it into your business in the future. First, let's talk about what revenue share is and where revenue share comes from. Revenue share doesn't come out of the agent's pocket. Revenue share comes out of the company dollar. So agents at Real work on an 85-15 split with a $12,000 cap. What that means is every transaction, the agent gets 85%, the company takes 15% until the agent has paid in $12,000 for their anniversary year, and then they're capped. They don't pay any more split for the rest of the year. So the first important thing to know about revenue share is that it comes from the company's 15% split. It doesn't come from the agent's pocket. So why does Real offer revenue share? Tamir Poleg, the CEO and founder of Real, decided a long time ago that he didn't want to build the company through advertising campaigns and recruiters. He thought it would be better to let the agents grow the company by partnering with like-minded agents who share our values. And it has proven to be a very effective growth strategy for the company. So what are the benefits of revenue share? When a new agent joins the company, they already know someone within the company that's there to support their growth, help them through the onboarding process, help introduce them to people that can help their business, someone that can help them get started with training and tools and technology. The sponsor is also there for ongoing support and to help make introductions to people throughout the company that can help grow their business. And also there to help support them if they decide they want to start growing their own network inside of the company. For the sponsoring agent, the obvious benefit is the financial benefit. Participating in revenue share is a way to help get you through the ups and downs in the business. Real estate agents inevitably have ups and downs in their production, and revenue share is a great way to help stabilize your business through those down periods. They also get the benefit of referral opportunities. I work predominantly with second home investment buyers on the Outer Banks of North Carolina. It's not uncommon for me to work with someone who ends up wanting to look in a different market, maybe Charleston, South Carolina, or somewhere in Florida. And it's great to have those existing relationships with people that I'm confident enough that I can refer my current and past clients to and know that they'll be taken care of. So what are the benefits to the company? Well, first of all, it's money that they would be spending on recruiting elsewhere. So revenue share doesn't cost the company money. It's just a reallocation of resources. So I think revenue share benefits Real in two major ways. One is the company culture. The culture at Real is why a lot of people have come to work here and why a lot of us stay. And building the company the way we have not only maintains that culture, but deepens it. Everyone we bring into the company tends to be like-minded and share our values. When I joined the company, we had about 6,000 agents who, for the most part, shared a vision for what they wanted the company to become. Since then, we've grown to 33,000 agents. And because of the way we build the company, which is basically one agent or one team at a time, instead of diluting the culture that we had at 6,000 agents, it's actually become deeper at 33,000 agents. The other benefit to the company is retention, golden handcuffs. We talked about the ups and downs of real estate production. When you have someone who's making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a year in revenue share, it helps stabilize their business through those tough times. And it makes it harder to leave the company. So with all of that said about revenue share, it's important to keep in mind that Real is a production-based company. I think the industry average for companies that include revenue share in their model is that about 10% of the people within the company participate in revenue share. The most current number I've heard at Real is that about 13% of our agents collect some sort of revenue share. And I hope that number goes up for some reasons that I'm going to share with you in a little while. So 87% of our agents are just going to work every day and concentrating on real estate production, doing transactions. So let's break down the Real revenue share model. It's a 5-tier model. Any agent you sponsor is in your tier 1, and you will receive 5% of every closed commission until they cap. So that's up to $4,000 per year for a tier 1 agent. When someone that you sponsored into the company partners with someone else and they join the company, they would be in your tier 2. Tier 2 is unlocked when you have 5 tier 1 agents. If you're eligible to receive revenue share in tier 2, so if tier 2 is unlocked, you would receive 4% of every commission until they cap, which is $3,200 per year. Tier 4 unlocks when you have 20 tier 1 agents. And at that point, you would receive 2% of your tier 4 agents' commissions Tier 5 is unlocked when you have 25 Tier 1 agents. And at that point, you would get 1% for everyone in your Tier 5, 2% for your Tier 4, 3% for your Tier 3, 4% for your Tier 2, and 5% for your Tier 1 agents. So everyone at Real has an unlocked Tier 1, and we just talked about how you unlock additional tiers. We do have two other ways to unlock tiers. One is based on production, and one is based on the size of your network. On the production side, when you cap, you automatically open up Tier 2 and Tier 3 through the end of your anniversary year. And if you reach Elite Agent, you will open up Tiers 4 and 5 through the end of your anniversary year, which would mean that you would have all 5 tiers open for part of the year if you've reached Elite. The other way to open tiers is through the size of your network. Now, this won't affect most people, but there are people who have and will bring in large teams and independent brokerages who benefit from this. So to the people that this does apply to, Tier 3 is opened when you have a minimum of 750 agents in your network. And when you hit 1,000 agents, Tier 4 would open, and 1,500 plus Tier 5 would be open. Let's talk about co-sponsorship. This is something Real introduced, I think, about a year and a half ago. And we'll talk about what it is and why I like it. When an agent joins Real, they can name 1 or 2 sponsors. And in the case of co-sponsorship, 2 agents, revenue share is split evenly between the 2. I love co-sponsorship because I think in a lot of cases it's better for the new agent coming on. In some cases, the agent may have talked to more than one person, and it can slow down their decision to join the company because they don't want to hurt someone's feelings or leave someone out. There are also a lot of times when agents have multiple friends within the company. There can also be a geographic advantage to co-sponsorship. Just as an example, my old real estate coach, Don from California, had an agent that he was talking to about coming into the company, and she was going to be based in North Carolina. And we jumped on a 3-way call, and it was a great fit, and she's still with the company. Co-sponsorship can help take the pressure off of the decision for someone thinking about joining Real, and it also helps promote collaboration over competition within the company. Just a couple of more basic points about revenue share. First, as we mentioned, revenue share is optional, and the overwhelming majority of agents don't participate. But for those who do, there are a couple of fees we need to know about. There's a $175 annual revenue share participation fee, which is deducted from the first revenue share payment each anniversary year. And by the way, revenue share is paid out monthly around the 15th of the month. There is also a 1.2% processing fee on revenue share payments. Now I want to talk about a few of the reasons why I think more people should participate in revenue share. And the first is Real Retirement. Real Retirement allows agents to continue collecting revenue share after they retire from production. There is a time and production requirement to participate in Real Retirement. Think of it like a vesting period that you would have at a W-2 job. To qualify for Real Retirement, you have to have been a producing agent for the last 3 years. If you've been a producing agent at Real for 3 years, you would be eligible to collect 60% of your revenue share once you leave production. If you have been a producing agent at Real for 4 years, that increases to 80%. And if you've been a producing agent for 5 consecutive years, you're eligible for 100% of your revenue share once you're ready to retire. The last thing I want to talk about is important to me personally and financially as someone who wants to take care of my family, but it's also important to me because I think it says a lot about who runs this company. In an industry where a lot of us have always felt like we were just a number, the fact that this company took the steps to make revenue share willable says a lot about what they think about us. So the revenue share you've built within the company is willable. Willable revenue share can be paid to anyone. It doesn't have to be a licensed real estate agent. So your beneficiary can be your spouse, it can be your children, it can be in a family trust depending on the laws in your state. And just like Real Retirement, there is a vesting period involved with this. So for every full year of tenure with Real, 20% of your revenue share will be paid to your beneficiary. 1 year after your join date, you're eligible for 20%. 2 years from join date, 40%. 3 years, 60%. And on up to 5 years, where 100% of your willable rev share will be paid to your beneficiary. Revenue share could be meaningful over time, but don't think of it as passive income. This is an active process. It's getting involved with people in their businesses. Think of it as leveraging your relationships and leveraging your business to make this company better for everyone. If I missed anything about revenue share, please let me know down in the comments. And if you have any questions at all, shoot me a text or email. This is my contact information. My name is Mark, by the way. I don't know if I said that earlier in the video. If you need help in any part of your business, feel free to reach out. I coach and mentor a lot of people, and I'd be happy to help you if you're stuck on something. Subscribe so that you know when new videos come out. I'm trying to put one out every week. In the next video, I'm going to break down probably the question I get the most, which is who's a good fit for real and who's not a good fit for real. So until then, I'll see you on Zoom or I'll see you on my next video.